All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a lot different than the other videos that I have in the past. Today's going to be a collage of all the apartments that I took my client to and showed in the financial district that he skipped on. This is all based on his one bedroom criteria, a budget of $6,000, which he ultimately went up the budget. And then space for a 50-pound dog. So if any one of you are looking for an apartment in New York, come on guys, you know to call me, okay? So enjoy the video collage. Let me know which apartment was your favorite and why in the comment section down below. Also, I partner with Piece of Cake Moving, so for those of you who need to move around the country, you can use my promo code, Tabois International, but I'll link it down in the description section. You can click on that, fill it out, and then get an instant quote. All right, guys, take care. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Bye.
All right, so first off, I know it's long format video. Sorry about that, but this is the first apartment that we're gonna go tour here. All right, this was a beautiful apartment. It was 5460. I thought it was a nice sized apartment. I think it was 615 square feet. It checked a lot of the boxes for him. However, he didn't like that building obstruction there. And then, of course, the river view wasn't too good. But I thought the building was further away where he can get the privacy that he wanted. Unfortunately not. So we had to pass on this particular building. Now, all the buildings in this video, in the video, have washer dryer, full-time doorman, fitness center, outdoor spaces to lounge, resident lounges, and stuff like that. So that's what we were looking for, and that's what we were trying to achieve. Now, the second apartment, higher up inside the same exact building, excuse me, this was one of my favorites because as you can see, the view right there is exceptional, right? This was 6195. And he also passed on this. He said the views weren't that good. And as you can see on the side of the building, there are units that can look into his. So therefore, he didn't like that setup either. So it had to be a corner unit with no obstruction from the neighboring neighbors. What the hell? Anyway, sorry about that. So this, although was incredible, was not incredible for him, but he did like it, and he wanted to put an offer in at 5,600. I told him, oh hell no, that's not going to happen here, So that apartment rented maybe I think 4 days after I sent this to him via text. So yeah, I mean, guys, you can always put an offer in on an apartment. However, when the apartment is priced correctly, doing something like that is just not going to get you the results that you think it would get you. Going from 6125 to 56 is kind of outrageous. All right, so let's see what other apartments coming up next. This one also FiDi. Everything's in FiDi. This is a pre-war apartment, and the layout is a little odd because of the actual structure for the building. Because it's pre-war, the way it's built, those columns inside of the apartment, although the view is exceptional. My client didn't like this because there was an office building across the street. But anyways, these columns here, these cutouts, they don't really work that well. Now, if everything was flush and leveled, that'd have been better. But this apartment, I think, is gone. I'm not too certain. I did like this building, washer dryer in the apartments, very nice layouts. I think this was low 5,000, so I think it was 5,056 if I'm not mistaken. But the views were good. I like that. I like the renovation. I just don't like the actual layout setup, unfortunately. And neither did my client. There was no parking there. He didn't like that building obstruction that you see here. So this one was a wash. I'm going to show you the other apartment in the exact same building. So this one was another one. I like this way much better than the other one. I like the views on this side, but you can see that office building there once again, rearing its ugly head. So unfortunately, this was a wash, but as you can see, the apartment gets exceptional light. But then once again, these columns here, a little bit hard to place furniture in here. I think you have to be a little bit creative to actually lay out your apartment, and the actual sizes of the furniture that you have. But outside of that, the apartment is nice. So yeah, most likely you're gonna set up your couch here and stuff like that. Great closet spaces, washer dryer, of course, in the apartment. Like I said, fitness center, dog friendly. I like their fitness center. They had two fitness centers in this building. They had a screening room as well, which I liked. Bathroom was really nicely appointed. The bedroom size I like. I wish it could be a little bit more bigger, but I think this was 5192. These are some weird numbers, guys. I don't know why it was like that, but that was the price. But yeah, once again, he passed on this one as well. I understood. I said, okay, no problem. So this one over here, this is still on the market. This is a studio loft apartment, which I'm gonna say is a one bed, but for legal reasons, it's a studio because there's no window in the bedroom. So for those of you who understand this, you know you're going to get a steal here because it's listed as a studio. I'm going to list it as a one bedroom. I don't care, but I did mention its legality in my description section. So for those of you who want this, this is $62.95 if I'm not mistaken. What's paper? One second, guys. This is $62.25. Okay, 1,250 square feet. Okay, this is a monster down here. Okay, so stainless steel appliances, plenty of storage throughout the apartment. It has massively high ceilings. I'm gonna say they're like 20, 25 feet. Hardwood floor, as you can see. I really love this. That balcony that you see there is usable as long as you build yourself a ladder. If you don't put a ladder there, you're not going to be able to access this area up there. I don't know why it was built like that. Don't ask me. I'm just an agent. Okay. So, yeah, we're eastern facing here. We do have another building. So, for my client, he passed on this too because the neighbors, the employees can look through, I guess, for him. And he wants to be in this boxer. So, he's not really a voyeur like some other people are. Some people can deal with this no problem. But look at these ceiling heights, guys. This is phenomenal. You know, to get apartments like this in the city, in New York, people are always looking for these lofts. So if you're a loft lover, this is for you. I guarantee you. This is for you. So we're going to go up the stairs now. And I didn't realize that the light was not on. It was flicked in its on position, but it wasn't on. You have to flick it down for the light to come on. So it's kind of reverse. So over here, I would use this if it was my apartment as my office setup. I put my little desk there, you know, talk, blah, 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 do everything I got to do, or my gaming setup, so on and so forth. For those people who play games, get paid crazy money. I know y'all out there, you know, you might need a pad like this, okay? And then over here, we have the closet spaces. Like I said, plethora of closets throughout this whole entire apartment. This was done nicely, okay? I like this one. And then another closet over here. And then you have your secondary bathroom, which I liked. Nicely appointed. Can't go wrong with that. I think that's a winner. And then this is the, I guess, bonus area that you can't legally call a bedroom because there's no window here. But it does have its own exit. So you would exit on the sixth floor because it's two floors. So fifth floor and sixth floor. You can do that if you want. And then that will take you back into the hallway. This right here, a little closet there, and I'm going to open the door. You can see the hallway area. So yes, this, if you want to exit there, no problem. Instead of going downstairs, exit through the front door, you can do this or not, whatever, that's your business. But that is the apartment right there. Yes, so this is still one of my favorites just for the sheer space. You know, 1,200 and what was it again? 1,250 square feet. So, you know, so this one's a monster here. Yeah. All right, next apartment here. This one is gone. It's no longer available. You know, the apartments with the outdoor spaces tend to go quickly. But I like the aesthetic of the kitchen. I like the color contrast in this one. This one was really nice. I believe this is, let me see, what was that? Oh, that was 5,100 for this apartment. It's gone. I like the way that they set it up. So it's the living room area over here. And in the bedroom section there, bathroom on the other side. So we're gonna go outside. And I think I did struggle with this door a little bit. Oh, I lied. All right, we in there, we outside. So this would have been all your outdoor space privately for those people who love outdoor space. Great for people who have pets, obviously. You want to, I met some dog lovers, and instead of walking the dog outside, here, look, walk yourself. Go out here, all right? Run around here for hours. I'll stay inside so I can do what I got to do. Of course, it's always great to keep the dogs in the park and stuff, so I'm not trying to say anything about that. I'm just saying, if you want to be lazy, open the door, let the dog out. Roof, roof. So anyways, love the apartment, love the aesthetic. I love that they renovated. The layout to me is good. This is the bedroom area over here. Plenty of space to put the bed plus extra furniture. I didn't like this column, but I mean, it most likely is structural, so we can't say much about that. It is what it is, But I do like the space. I thought this was a nice, clean apartment. There is no light in the bedroom. You would have to put a lamp, but it got plenty of light throughout the day. And the bathroom, I think the bathroom is gorgeous. I think they did a great job on the bathroom, as you should. Nice, light, well appointed, just like the other bathroom. They're all basically kind of the same. So what is this here? This is another building now, or maybe it's the same building. It's the same building, I'm sorry. So this one was on a higher floor. This was, let me go look. 5125. I think this was my favorite apartment. I can't recall. There were two apartments that had the exact same layout. One of them just had a higher ceiling. I don't know if I put that in here. I might have skipped it. But yeah, I like the way the windows open. When I opened this initially, I thought the window was going to fall out. And I was like, God damn, I'm going to have to call management and say I broke their window. I'm not paying for that. But anyways, back to this. So yeah, as you can see the views, my client did not like this because once again, office building across from the view. But I told him, hey, you want to be in FIDI, you're going to get these obstructions. So I said, maybe we need to course correct and leave FIDI. You know what I mean? So I ended up taking him somewhere else. But look at this bedroom size, guys. Like I think this is tremendous. And look at the light from the gods just peering right in here. I think this is fantastic. And you got Freedom Tower looking straight down. This might still be available. I think it was. I'll have to check on Monday. It's Sunday night, guys, so obviously management's not around. But this corner unit here was going for either 50.95 or 51.25 because the other one was a high ceiling. I think this is the video with the higher ceiling. Okay, so this is the last apartment on the list here, and this one I believe was 62.95. I believe this is gone already. Starting in the bathroom area over here, I thought the bathroom was nice. Kind of plain Jane type of bathroom, but it was perfectly fine. We had some storage over there on the left. I didn't even look at it. The kitchen area over here, I like it. I like this lacquer cabinetry, which I'm starting to see more and more in the rental units, but I do see it in the sales units. I just like it. I think it's clean. It's minimalist. It's beautiful. You guys let me know what you think about that. But this is the living room space over here. This was a second floor unit. And once again, my client did not take it because as you can see, there goes the building across the street and he did not like that one bit. But he did like the unit. He just wanted something on the high floor corner and no obstructions. So this apartment did have 2 bathrooms, which I thought was nice. I don't know if it was necessary, but okay. And then over here would be, I guess, the dining room area. I would use this as a home office area here, but of course, probably a dining room would be best. And then, of course, your bedroom space here. The size was ample enough to have a queen size bed in there, plus some extra furniture. And then, of course, you have the closet space in there. So all in all, I like the aesthetic. I like the wood floors, most likely some type of oak. I like the way it looked. The aesthetic is nice. I'm still looking over there in this section over here, discussing what I was going to use it for when I sent him the video. But all in all, these were all the apartments. You guys let me know what's your best and what you liked and didn't like about these. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.